another lawnfawn video. Today we are introducing our Reveal Wheel Square add-on. I love this die so much because it works as an add-on to our Reveal Wheel die, making it so that you can create a square shaped reveal wheel. It also comes with two different styles of windows, and you can use any of the windows in either one of both the rectangular and the square reveal wheel shapes, which is so cool. So here you can see a comparison of those two dies, and in this one here you can see you have all of those windows, and in the other one you have both the wheel and wheel base. So you're going to use the wheel and wheel base from the reveal wheel in your reveal wheel square add-on. The other cool thing is that you get those two different shapes of windows, and those windows can work in either one. So that's the original reveal wheel shape. You can put that in the square or the rectangle, and you can put the new oval scallop and the heart shape in both the square and the rectangle. So I love that now you've got more windows and they can mix and match, which is so cool, so that you can really decide on what kind of shaped card and what kind of scene you're trying to create. So here's a look at those windows that come in the Reveal Wheel Square add-on. You've got that cute heart with the stitch detail, and then the little oval. The oval has a frame with a little stitching on it as well, and then the heart has a cute little frame too. Just depends on what kind of look you're going for. So now it's time to create a card with this awesome square add-on. So here's our gotta have gingham paper, and we're going to pick out the blue gingham paper, and we're going to be cutting that with the square add-on with that oval shaped window in it. We've also cut the main wheel and the wheel base and a base for the card as well. Next, we're going to set our wheels. So we're going to take our main wheel and also our wheel base and a small brad. We're going to put that small brad through the wheel base, the smaller wheel base, and then up through the main wheel window. We'll then open the prongs on the brad to secure those two in place. We can then flip it over and add some small foam squares around that brad. So we're going to flip that right over and add those square pieces on there. And then we can remove the liner tape on that foam adhesive, and then take our wheel and use the embossed lines on the wheel that the wheel has created for us to help us set the wheel. So you're going to look through your oval shaped window, and you'll look through those embossed lines and then shift it up until you no longer see them. And then you'll look at the notch on your right and shift the wheel in until you no longer see them. And then you can attach that whole thing to our base of the reveal wheel, and that's going to put the wheel in its perfect placement. Next, we need to create a guide for stamping. So we're going to take our pencil and we're going to make some marks at both 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and then 9 o'clock. Then what we're going to do is put our oval shaped window over top, make sure that we have one of those notches there showing up at 3 o'clock. Then we're going to make a little trace around that oval window, and then take the next notch and have it show up at 3 o'clock, make another oval shaped window there, turn the wheel, and then have that notch show up at 3 o'clock again, and then trace the wheel once more. And that's going to give us a guide there to do some stamping so that we'll be able to have 4 different sentiments in our wheel. So we're going to go ahead and pop that wheel off and do our stamping with the Reveal Wheel Holiday Sentiments. So first up, we're going to stamp Warm and Cozy in some walnut ink, and then we'll shift our little wheel there and turn it and stamp again with Very Sweet, Full of Cheer, and then we're actually going to stamp Fun-Filled, which was from the original Reveal Wheel sentiment. So I love that you can mix and match these two sentiment sets. Once we have all of our sentiments stamped, we can go ahead and erase those little light pencil lines that we made earlier and pop our wheel right back onto the base. Then next up, we need to decorate the front of the card. So we're going to add the little oval shaped frame there that comes in with the Reveal Wheel Square. We're going to add that there to kind of decorate that oval and add a really cute little texture to it. And then we can go ahead and stamp the other sentiment from the Reveal Wheel Holiday Sentiments, which is Hope Your Fall Is, and you'll see all those sentiments are going to change from there. Next up, we're going to use our Grassy border die to cut some of that nitpicky fall paper. I love the idea of the grass with that knit texture, and so we'll be able to layer that onto the bottom of our card. Then we can add some foam squares all around that wheel, but not touching the wheel. Peel off any of the liner paper and then layer our front panel over that, creating our really cool interactive element. We can then add that whole panel to a 4 1/4 inch by 4 1/4 inch card base that's been cut from the paper bag cardstock, which coordinates with that cool little oval shaped frame. We'll also stamp the Turn Me with the Arrow from the original Reveal Wheel sentiments. Now here are the apples from Thanks a Bushel, and then we also have the owls from So Owlsome, and they're such a cute match. This is so cute for a fall card, and of course we've got to add the little apple with the bite out of it there. And now you can see this awesome interactive element where the sentiment is changing. So you have hope your fall is fun-filled, full of cheer, etc. This card is so cute and so adorable, and I really think it would make someone's day. So now it's time to use the heart-shaped window, and we're going to be using that in the square shape of the reveal wheel. So we're going to drop that heart in, and then we're going to run that through our die cut machine on some white cardstock. Then we're going to do a little subtle inking with some minty fresh ink and a foam ink blending tool. So we're going to get some ink on that foam, and then we're going to start off of the card and go onto the card, adding just a little bit of ink all the way around, but letting it go to white in the middle. And I love that kind of light colored green look with a little white in the center. We're also going to die cut our main wheel and our wheel base from some white cardstock and take out a little mini brad. We'll then take our brad and put it through our wheel base and then through the main wheel, opening up the prongs of the brad to secure those two together. We can then flip the whole thing over and add some foam squares around that brad, peel off the liner paper exposing that adhesive. We're then going to take the embossed lines that are on the wheel, those embossed lines that the die creates for us. We're going to look through the heart-shaped window and make sure that we don't see the embossed line. We're going to shift it up until we don't see it. Then we'll look through the notch on the right and shift it in until we don't see those embossed lines. Now that we know that the wheel is in the perfect placement, we can then attach that wheel front to that card base that we have there, and that's going to put the wheel right in the perfect place so that we can go ahead and then start decorating it. We're going to cut another wheel from some pixie dust sparkle cardstock, and we're going to add some color to this cardstock with Copic markers using blues, blue-greens, violets, and red violets. And this was an idea that Yanea had that I thought was so gorgeous, so I just had to try it. And how beautiful is this cardstock colored with the markers? So you'll see that we're kind of just going along in this pink, blue, blue-green, purple rainbow. There's no right or wrong way to do this. It's going to look amazing no matter what, and you can see just how beautiful that colored cardstock is there. Now here you'll see that we're popping off the white cardstock piece and putting on the colored one. The reason I did this was it was really hard to see the embossed lines on the glittered one, so I used the white one as my guide with the embossed lines, but I popped the beautiful colored glitter one on there so that we can use that for the actual card. Here I have my snowfall backdrop die, and I'm going to take this square piece and lay it right onto the die and kind of hold it in place with some tape right where I want it to cut, and you'll see it's going to cut all of these little holes that are going to be the snow falling down. We're also going to cut one more piece out of white cardstock with that heart opening, and we're going to layer these two together so that we have the subtle green front piece with the white snow popping through those holes, and I think it's such a pretty and subtle look. Next up, we'll add some foam squares all around that wheel and then add our front piece right on top. And you can see how cool that's looking already. Oh my goodness, I love it. It's so like 80s and fun and rainbow and sparkly. Next up, we're going to take some really rainbow paper, and I'm going to use the white piece that has those cute little gray snowflakes on it, and we're going to cut that down to a 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 inch card base. We're also going to take some more of that pixie dust sparkle cardstock, and we're going to cut a little hill with a simple stitched hillside border there so that our little winter skies critters can be hanging out on their little glittery snowbank. We're also going to cut some more little snowflakes. These are our mini snowflakes here. We're going to cut those out of some pixie dust cardstock as well, so that we have lots of glitter going on in this card. And I ended up actually just using those little tiny ones and kind of the medium-sized ones. I didn't use the larger snowflakes at all because I thought they were kind of a little too much on this card. This card already has a lot going on it because I just was kind of glitter happy and snowflake happy on this card. So I'm going to use my jewel picker to pick up all of my little die cut pieces and then add a little glue with the glue tube and then put those guys right back on just like that. And I think it's looking so cute and fun and sparkly. I feel like a little girl would really, really love this card. So I'm going to create a card base at 4 1/4. We're going to just score that with our bone folder and fold that, and then we can add our whole panel on top of that. But first, I want to stamp my sentiment on the inside. So I'm going to use Warm Winter Wishes from the Winter Scripty Sentiments. We'll stamp that inside with some black ink. And then we can layer on all of our pieces. So we have that really pretty paper there with the gray snowflakes on it, and then we can layer our interactive panel on top of that. Now we want to make sure that somebody knows this is an interactive card, so I'm going to use the little arrow die that's included in the reveal wheel die set, and I'm going to cut some pixie dust paper that I'm also going to color with a pink Copic marker, just so everything kind of coordinates. So I'll add that little arrow on there, run it through my die cut machine, and then I can go ahead and add that arrow to the card to add even more glitter and sparkle on there. And then now here is the finished card, and how fun is this rainbow heart, just oh my goodness, with those colors sparkling through. I love that this was really cute for winter, but this would be adorable for Valentine's or just kind of an anytime I love you or thank you card. It's just adorable. You could also stamp sentiments in there kind of like we did in the first one instead of doing the color changing idea, which I really love as well. And then here is a look at the two cards that we made today, both using the Reveal Wheel Square add-on and the two new windows that are included in the Square add-on, which I think are so cool. We've got that awesome heart shape and then this great little oval, which is a really fun way to show the sentiments from the Reveal Wheel sentiment stamp sets. So here we have some gorgeous cards by the design team, and I love this card by Audrey. How cute is that little skating bear holding his stocking with this little Christmas tree, and he's got all of his little sentiments changing in the speech bubble add-on, but using the square shaped die. This card by Elena is so beautiful. I love her scene with the little holiday helpers elves and how the little sentiment is going to change in that great little square reveal wheel shape. Here is a card by Shara using the Pick of the Patch Reveal Wheel add-on, but with the square shape, and I just love the look of this one so much. It's so cool with that awesome wood grain on there. And then here we have a really fun card by Elise where she mixed and matched a bunch of stamp sets to create this really fun Christmas wintry scene where she's got the sentiments changing there in that fun little oval shaped window, which is just so sweet. And then next we have a card by Megan that inspired us to make our card today. I love the owls with the apples, and the whole fall theme is so pretty. It's just so much fun and so happy. So I cannot wait to see what you guys do with the new Reveal Wheel Square add-on, so make sure to share it with us. Thank you so much for watching today and have an absolutely amazing day. Bye!